from Spring Break Rebels. I hope you had a relaxing break. Today is Thursday, April 1st of 2021. My name is Carney.
And my name is Dion. Today's quote is, by myself, states, "Be careful of who you trust on April Fool's Day."
April Fool's Day has been celebrated by several centuries by different cultures, though its exact origins remain a mystery. Some historians speculate that April Fool's Day dates back to 1582, when France switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, as called for by the Council of Trent in 1563. In the Julian calendar, its new year began with the spring equinox around April 1st. People who were slow to get the news or failed to recognize that the start of the new year had moved to January 1st and continued to celebrate it during the last week of March through April 1st, became the butt of the joke and hoaxes and were called April Fools. These pranks included having paper fish placed on their backs and being referred to as Poisson d'Avril, April's fish, said to symbolize a young, easily caught fish and a gullible person. April Fool's Day also spread throughout Britain in the 18th century. In Scotland, the tradition became a two-day event, starting with the hunting the gowk, in which people were sent on phony errands. Gowk is the word for cuckoo bird, a symbol for a fool. And followed by Taily Day, which involved pranks played on the people, such as pinning tails or kick-me signs on them.
Social Lesson 101 with Carney and myself. If you're fooling your friends, please don't cross their boundaries. Let's get to know a teacher this time. This week, let's find out which teacher studied business and also enjoys PE.
Hi, Miss Mom. Good morning. I have a few questions to ask you.
Yes. Okay.
The first question, what subject do you teach in Burnaby South?
I teach Economics 12, Financial Accounting 12, CLE 10, and Business Ventures 10.
The second question is, how long have you been teaching and when do you start to teach in Burnaby South?
I started teaching in 2004, 2005, and I started at Burnaby South for 1 year, and then I went to Caribou Hill, and then I've been back at Burnaby South since 2013.
And then how many courses do you usually teach in 1 year?
I usually teach 4 different courses in a year.
And then how was COVID affecting your schedule?
Well, with 10-week periods, it's been a little different because I also teach online. So I actually had the second quarter off at home and was just doing online. But when I'm working and doing 2 classes, it's really busy because I have my online still as well.
What change have you made during this quarter system?
Mainly, I haven't done a lot of changes for the morning classes, but for the afternoon classes, I've definitely adjusted the way I teach, where the students, I watch my PowerPoints at home and I had to include audio in it, so they're learning at home more. And I have more quizzes too for the afternoon classes.
And then this is question, why do you choose to study business?
I chose to study business because I did business for a lot of years before I started teaching. So my next career was teacher, so my background is business.
If you have a chance to choose another subject to choose, just to teach, what would it be and why?
The next subject would be probably PE because I enjoy working out and I think it would be fun. Yeah.
And then what would you want to do the most at this moment if COVID is gone?
Well, once COVID's gone, I want to travel. So I miss that. I miss the borders being cut off.
Are you going to travel with your family?
Yes, of course. I'll be traveling with my family.
Yeah, that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
The internet is a gigantic place to learn, express ourselves, discover, and connect to people all around the world. But like anything else in life, there are still cons that can affect us harshly. Today, let's learn about how a bunch of zeros and ones can make such an extraordinary tool for us to use on a daily basis.
Internet. We use it every day, from research to communicating with others, from gaming to watching YouTube videos. But how does it work? What is the Internet? Well, the Internet is a network made of computing devices These devices, ranging from giant servers to your smartphone, are located all over the globe, each connected to one another with the ability to communicate with one another using bits. Each bit can be either a 1 or a 0, and 8 bits make a single byte. All the information on a computer is represented in ones and zeros. To communicate, computers send signals representing either a 1 or a 0 through a communication medium like a copper wire or a wireless Wi-Fi connection. However, to communicate with each other, they must be able to tell each other apart and locate one another. These devices each have their own unique IP address, like the street address of a house. IP stands for Internet Protocol, and it is used to identify individual devices. Whenever a device talks with another device, it must specify the receiver's IP as well as their own. Communicating isn't as easy as write an address and send it over. Often, the information being sent is too large to be transferred in one go. So, instead of one big message, the information being sent is split into individual packets. Each packet contains parts of the data, along with the header containing 20 to 24 bytes of metadata, such as sender and receiver IP, packet length, and other information to help reassemble the original message and route the packet through the internet. Each packet is sent to a router, which is another computing device, and that router passes the packet along to another router that is closer to the destination. Eventually, a router will send the packet directly to the address. There are many different paths from point A to point B. Extra paths increases the redundancy of a network, thus increasing its fault tolerance. More paths means that if one path fails, it's still possible to reach the end goal, making it very reliable. Since there are so many paths, packets can arrive out of order from taking different paths or being lost. This is handled by TCP. Meet TCP. When traveling, packets can get lost, get corrupted, or duplicated. This means some information may be lost in the transfer. TCP, which stands for Transmission Control Protocol, is the most common data transport protocol. TCP makes sure that all information is transferred over. So I got packets 1, 2, and 4 over. Yeah, copy that, over. Okay, I'm going to duplicate packet 3 and send it to him again. Alright, hand over the packet. What? No, I'm not giving you my packet. No man, don't worry about it. Give me the packet. No, I told you I'm not giving you my packet. Alright, you know what? How about this? Screw off. So that's how you want to play, huh? Alright, okay. No some moves, you got it? Whoa. Now give me the packet. Here. Now, let's take a look at what we've got here. Login information? What? What the heck is this? They ain't using HTTP. They're using HTTPS. When a computer asks another computer for a website, they send an HTTP request. HTTP standing for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. After requesting a site, the server sends over the HTML code of the website. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is the code that web pages are made of. The S in HTTPS stands for Secure. The lock icon at the left side of the URL bar of a browser means the connection with the website is using HTTPS. With HTTPS, only the people the message is intended for will be able to understand what it says. To you, that's just going to look like a bunch of jumbled up letters and numbers. Stupid. Oh my god, what happened? You mean this? Don't worry about it. Once all packets have arrived, they can be arranged in order by using their sequence numbers. Now that all the data has arrived and are in correct order, it can be reassembled to form the original information before it was split into packets. The Internet. We use it every day.
Our generation is always bombarded with the use of social media on a day-to-day basis. Although it helps us connect with those living all over the world, there are long-term effects on our mental health. If not used with moderation, social media did give this generation a voice, and it allows us to finally cause bigger, more drastic changes. We hear about it all the time. However, let's find out more about the psychology of social media.
The psychology behind social media. Did you know 88% of people ages 18 to 29 use social media, 78% of people ages 30 to 49 use social media, and 64% of people ages 50 to 64 use social media? So what does social media do to our brain that makes us want to keep coming back? Well, it fires off receptors in your brain, triggering what's called your reward system, and it releases the feel-good chemical dopamine. And what aspect of social media fires off those responses? Positive feedback, getting likes and getting comments. Even just scrolling through social media can fire off receptors in your brain, making you feel inherently more positive. It can also affect your decision-making, your emotional processing, and create feelings of exclusion. So what motivates people to post? Well, based on Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there is a clear list that was made. Number 1, to benefit the health and well-being of those you love. Number 2, physical, mental, and financial security. Number 3, social acceptance from a group or individual. Number 4, feeding their rewards-oriented part of their brain, posting self-centered things. And number 5, sharing successes and proving your place in the social hierarchy. Now, the pros of social media would be interaction with people similar to you, finding healthy body positive motivation, easily available support, and building and maintaining relationships. The cons being cyberbullying, sleep deprivation, less physical interaction, toxic comparisons to yourself and others, and possible depression. Now, how can you make this a better experience? Education. Teach people the benefits, the safety, and the importance of taking time away. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay safe on the internet.
Social media is an amazing tool for us to learn new skills, meet people that we could relate to, and so much more. But it is important to use it responsibly, such as carefully selecting certain people that you can follow so that they are worth your time. Have a time limit each day and remove the notification as a way to focus on the task that you are doing.
The internet didn't only create an extensive ground for people to connect with each other through social media, but also it opened up a door for us to play online games with people across the world without needing a device with extremely small screen, like the Dreamcast. The first multiplayer game was released in the 1970s. However, it required a gaming console. But now, with today's world, we can play games with people from a whole different part of the world. One of these booming games is called Among Us. This year, we were given the chance to show the teachers how to play the game, and the teachers have been training countless hours and watching countless videos to try and master the tricks of the game in a very short period of time, and are now finalizing their strategies in order to become prodigies of Among Us. In this tournament, it will be taking place sometime this week or next week. The dates of the event are to be announced, so make sure to keep an eye out for the Wii Council Instagram account for updates.
Now, one of the most colorful events of the year happened on the last day of school before spring break on March 12th. It was a fun event that consisted of many contestants that wore the most colorful outfit that they could put together and struck their poses in a fashion walk on the Rainbow Crosswalk. It was such an extraordinary event where everyone in the school got to express their vibrant colors and spread the pride to the school's spirit. It was a novel event where the school encouraged the support towards the LGBTQ2+ community with the help of the GSA community.
What does love mean to you?
Love is such a beautiful emotion, and it's just the best feeling in the world, and it makes you feel so happy and you get butterflies. And it shouldn't be complicated in terms of who you're allowed to love and who you're allowed to have those feelings for, because it doesn't really matter. It's that feeling of love should be celebrated and appreciated no matter how you identify or how the person you love identifies. It doesn't matter what the relationship is. If you love each other, then that's something that should be appreciated and something that you should be happy about, because love is just so great.
Love to me means respect and caring, and sometimes having to make those times where you sacrifice and put others before yourself because you know you care enough about that person to do that.
Love means for me that you truly accept someone for who they are. You truly support them for what they want to do in life without judgments, without any negative stuff that you can think of them. And if there are any, you truly accept them for who they are, and without even thinking that they should change themselves for you to accept them. That's not what love is. Love is fully support, fully loving them for who they are without any judgments.
Love is when you can be who you want to be and be comfortable with it.
Love means to me is about accepting someone unconditionally, no matter who they are or what they are. It's about showing support and love towards them.
Love means a lot. It's caring for another person, and it's someone, love makes you just so happy, and it's just such a good feeling, and we should all feel love for one another so that we can all be happy.
Love is being able to be comfortable in your own skin.
Well, I think that the people, and they should be accepted, period, no matter what. It's just sexuality. It doesn't matter.
Love is all about respect. It's either what gender you are. It's either he, she, they, them, him, her. It's all about the respect of love.
Love, personally to me, love means loving someone unconditionally. No matter who they are or what they've done, just love them.
Love is when you accept someone the way they are and just respecting them. Love is someone who you want to be with.
Love means to me is being respectful to someone else.
Love should definitely make you feel safe, accepted. Love is so many things. It should make you feel so many positive things. And because it's so bountiful, that's the whole journey.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's broadcast. We will see you next week.
Have a wonderful spring break part dos.
Bye.